Hi, everybody. My name is Emmanuel Smith, and this is episode 2 of the Stuttering Chronicles. Okay, in this episode, I will talk about different experiences that I've had. Um, well, first, I used to think that stuttering was hereditary and that it came from my parents or my aunties. But stuttering is a learned behavior, and what it is that people that stutter, I would say most of the time they're they're trying to have perfect speech, and it starts as a child most of the time. Some children learn faster than others. Speech takes time as a child, and so what often happens is that the parents, teachers, people try to tell the child how to speak perfectly, and so that's the problem. And so when people repeat, when they pause, when they take their time, that's actually normal speech. And I'm beginning to understand um, uh, about stuttering. And as you're educated, you begin to do better. As a child, I stuttered bad. That what I stuttered like that, and it was embarrassing. Uh, Man, I would have anxiety. I would be stressed as a child. I was depressed. Um, and when the children would mock, mock me and laugh and talk about me, that just made it worse. And as I got older, I began to try to hide it. And so I I I guess I guess I I was a I forget the wording, but it's a person that tries to hide their stutter. They're called uh not converts, but covert. Yeah, a covert stutterer. And so sometimes people 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 who didn't know that I stutter be probably being because I would talk extremely slow, or I would pause, take a long pause. But anyway, some things that I would struggle with was answering the phone. Uh, Being put on the spot to to speak so quickly, it's like hello, and then to say my name was, oh my goodness, horrible. To stutter on your own name is stressful. And let me see some other things with stuttering. Saying W's, S's, um, words that start with W, S's, CL, AL. And so over time, I would not say that words. I, I'm sorry, I would not say those words. I would skip over them or put a word to be in the spot. But of course, you can't do that with every word. So, those that's just some of the things that I went through um, as a child, as a teenager, and the worst thing that someone can do is help you when you're talking. So you know you're sitting there trying to say uh, what I'm trying to, and they will come and say to do, and it's like I just spent all this time trying to say to do, and now you just said it. Thank you. But people just don't people don't understand what it is to stutter and how to help. But finishing a person who stutters statements, questions, those are please don't do that. That that only frustrates the person that stutters. So uh, one last thing, I when I had children, I thought like, man, my children are going to stutter, and it's going to be horrible. And yes, they all stuttered with the ed on the end, so they they don't stutter. Um, my oldest, he stuttered, not severe, kind of moderate, you know. And then my second child, he stuttered, and man, he stuttered worse than I did as a child, to the point where I was concerned, like, man, you stuttered bad. Like, he would get stuck, and that's called blocks. When you get stuck on a word and you can't say it. So, an example, he would try to say, he would he would let's say that he's trying to get my attention. He's trying to say that. So he'll be dad, and when he first did this, I was like, huh? I didn't catch it. But then as I started to pay attention, I was like, man, he stutters bad. And so, of course, they went to speech pathologists at their school, and so it was fixed. But me, growing up in the '80s, uh, all I was taught was pause, take your time, it's okay. I remember one time I came home crying hard. I was just so hurt because um, it's it's one thing to struggle with stuttering, but then when people mock you, they talk about how you talk, and you can't control it. As a child, I'm just trying to talk, and stuttering and talking extremely fast, those two don't mix. So I come from a I come from a family who talks very fast, and so man, trying to talk fast and stuttering, oh man, it was horrible. And I to today I don't stutter like that. but I still stutter, and so I I hope and pray as each video, my speech will begin to get better and better. And so thank you everybody for coming on this journey with me. Bye bye.